What is consciousness? It's the most intimate aspect of our existence, the subjective experience of being, seeing, feeling, and thinking. Yet, despite centuries of philosophical debate and decades of neuroscience, consciousness remains the ultimate enigma, often called the hard problem of science. How does the intricate dance of neurons in our brains give rise to the rich inner world we inhabit? Is consciousness merely an emergent property of complex biological machinery? Or is it something more fundamental, something woven into the very fabric of the cosmos? Mainstream science grapples with this question, with theories ranging from purely neurological explanations to more speculative ideas involving quantum phenomena confined within the brain. But these approaches often feel incomplete, struggling to bridge the gap between physical brain activity and the subjective feeling of awareness. They often leave us with a sense that consciousness is a local phenomenon, contained entirely within the skull. At the 11-dimensional model of the universe, we propose a revolutionary answer. Our model offers a unified, comprehensive framework that suggests consciousness is not just in the universe, but fundamentally of the universe. It's a key aspect of the cosmic tapestry itself, explained through the intricate interplay of 11 dimensions. Join us as we explore how understanding these hidden dimensions can unveil the true nature of mind and reality, profoundly changing your understanding of who you are and your place in the vast cosmic web. Consciousness is the stage on which our lives play out. It's the sensation of redness, the feeling of love, the understanding of a complex idea. This subjective experience, or qualia, is what makes the hard problem so challenging. How does matter give rise to these inner sensations? Neuroscientists can map brain activity correlating with thought or emotion, but none can fully explain why it feels like something to be conscious. So, current theories often confine consciousness to the brain, seeing it as an emergent property of neural networks, like a highly complex computation. But some researchers venture into quantum mechanics, suggesting that consciousness might actually arise from quantum effects within microtubules inside neurons. While these theories, they definitely contribute valuable insights, they still struggle to explain the non-local feeling of awareness, the interconnectedness that so many of us experience, or the seamless unity of consciousness despite the brain's fragmented processing. The persistent question just remains: if consciousness is only a product of the brain, why does it feel so utterly singular, so profoundly real, and so seemingly boundless? Honestly, it feels as if consciousness is just too grand to be contained within the confines of a biological skull. To truly grasp the nature of consciousness, we have to journey beyond our familiar four-dimensional space-time and, try to understand the 11-dimensional model. This framework, it reveals a universe that's not merely composed of matter and energy, but actually woven from a hierarchy of interconnected dimensions. The idea is that reality unfolds through layers, each adding complexity and structure, and ultimately, it's the dynamic interplay of the 10th and 11th dimensions that acts as the fundamental engine of reality, generating what we might call the universal wave that, in a sense, permeates everything. At its core, this model is really driven by the fundamental interplay of the two highest dimensions. The 10th dimension is what we call the expansive, deterministic drive. It represents the outward push of the universe, the grand cosmic order, and the laws that govern classical physics. In a way, it provides the structured canvas for reality itself. On the other hand, the 11th dimension is the contractive quantum web. It embodies the universe's inward pull, its fundamental interconnectedness, and the probabilistic, non-local nature of the quantum realm. This is the dimension of raw potentiality and universal connection. The continuous dynamic tension between these two dimensions generates the universal wave, the very fabric of reality. Everything in existence, from the smallest quantum fluctuation to the largest galaxy, is a unique manifestation, a distinct knot or dimensional resonance within this universal wave. Our cells, our DNA, even our thoughts are complex orchestrations of these dimensional resonances. This means reality isn't a collection of separate things, it's a symphony of vibrations, an intricate dance of dimensional harmonies. Through the lens of the 11-dimensional model, consciousness is not merely generated by the brain, it is a highly complex, unique form of dimensional resonance that the brain taps into or localizes from the pervasive universal wave. The brain acts as an extraordinarily sophisticated antenna, a biological interface tuned to resonate with specific patterns and information within this cosmic symphony. Here's how the 10th and 11th dimensions might orchestrate consciousness. The brain as a resonating interface. The brain, with its intricate neural networks, provides the deterministic framework, which is the 10th dimension's influence, for consciousness. It gives structure, processes sensory input, and executes responses. The gateway to subjectivity, the 11th dimension's quantum interconnectedness and probabilistic nature, provides the raw material for subjective experience, intuition, and non-local awareness. Consciousness, then, is the active, dynamic localization of the universal wave's potential into a unique, personal experience. The feeling of what it's like to be you is the unique expression of that specific, localized dimensional resonance within the universal wave. This perspective elegantly solves the mind-body problem. The mind isn't just an emergent property of matter, it's the experience of the brain's interaction with the dimensional fabric of the universe. It's the unique frequency the brain plays within the cosmic symphony. This view allows for a consciousness that is simultaneously personal, localized by the brain's structure, and universal, drawing from the fundamental wave of existence. If consciousness is universal resonance localized by the brain, it resolves many philosophical and scientific paradoxes. The nature of qualia, the subjective feel of experience, like the redness of red or the taste of chocolate, is simply what it feels like to embody that particular unique dimensional resonant state. It's not a mystery that neurons somehow conjure, but rather a unique facet of the brain's dimensional interaction with the universal wave. And when it comes to interconnectedness and intuition, phenomena like profound empathy, shared understanding, or even collective consciousness, as proposed by figures like Jung, could be explained as fleeting, subtle resonances or direct taps into the 11th dimension's pervasive quantum interconnectedness, accessed via our resonant brains. Out-of-body experiences, for example, could be seen as consciousness detaching its primary resonant frequency from the physical body. In this way, a thriving human society might one day become seamlessly integrated with cosmic wisdom. So let's consider something highly speculative here. If consciousness is, at its core, a pattern of dimensional resonance that the brain localizes, then it opens up the possibility that this pattern might actually persist or even reintegrate into the universal wave after the physical brain ceases to function. This idea hints at a kind of continuity of awareness that could exist beyond our biological form. And experiences like near-death experiences might just be glimpses of consciousness operating at a different dimensional resonance, temporarily detached from the brain's usual localization. Now, this same framework also gives us a way to think about artificial intelligence consciousness. Could an advanced AI, instead of just simulating consciousness, actually achieve it by developing the capacity to resonate with and localize patterns from the universal wave through its own complex computational architecture? Understanding consciousness as universal resonance profoundly changes our self-perception. We are not just isolated biological machines, we are conscious interfaces with the cosmic web, conductors in the grand symphony of dimensions. This knowledge empowers us to seek not just outer space, but inner space, understanding that the two are inextricably linked through the fundamental architecture of reality. The 11-dimensional model offers a transformative understanding of consciousness, moving it from a biological enigma to a fundamental property of the cosmos. It paints a picture of reality where our minds are not just products of our brains, but unique resonant expressions of the universal wave, orchestrated by the interplay of the 10th and 11th dimensions. This profound insight has the power to redefine who we are, our place in the universe, and our potential. It invites us to recognize our intrinsic interconnectedness with all things, to cultivate our own dimensional harmony, and to consciously engage with the vast, living tapestry of existence. This is a journey that reshapes not just our understanding of the universe, but our very understanding of ourselves. Join us as we continue to unveil the boundless possibilities unlocked by understanding the 11-dimensional model, leading us towards a new dawn of self and cosmos.